Right then folks, here we are. Midnight walk and talk in the park. Yeah. Yes indeed. I've got some rubbish to put in the bin. I'll put it in the bin and then we can go off. I'll talk about going off. There's been a few puppies tonight because I had jacket potato with cheese and baked beans. So I've been popping a little bit. It happens. It's part of human nature, don't worry about it. Lovely meal though. Oh yeah. Do the jacket potato. Then basically the easiest way to do it is cut it into little bits, mash it a bit, stick it into a bowl. You know, before you mash it a bit, and I'll deal with that. Yeah, nice bit of butter or marge, salt and pepper. Stick some cheese into it as well. Whack it in the microwave with a few beans on top. And then, of course, the cheese melts nicely into the mash. And you've got the skins as well mixed in with it. Lovely. It's not the best meal. The best meal is mashed potato, mince, gravy, some onion thrown in with it. And basically, of course, the mashed potato has got a lovely bit of milk and butter, salt and pepper. Gorgeous. But then with the mince, you basically throw everything in with the mince once the mince is done. The gravy, the onions, and mushrooms if you want mushrooms as well, but don't need mushrooms. Onions, gravy, and you just slow cook it. Once it's cooked, just to reduce and thicken up the gravy a bit. And you do basically put the mashed potato around the edge of a bowl or edge of a plate. Make a little circle in the middle where you put your mince and your gravy and your onions. Mix as for a winter meal, it's the most glorious meal you could ever have. Come on, you two, Mollie, come. I couldn't think of anything better. It is the most wonderful meal. Really is. I mean, there are some. I used to do a hot pot sort of meal that was you want protein? Gorgeous it was. I would do, little bits of beef with some mince as well, and then some sausages and some bacon, and you'd have some boiled potato in there and some onion, and then you'd have oxtail soup with some gravy. Some nice thick gravy with some oxtail soup as well in there. And then you would have that. I mean, you could actually leave out the potatoes and put that with mince, with some mash, Put that with some mash. It is glorious. Because again, you've got sausages that you cut up into sort of bite-sized bits. So you cook the sausages first and cut them up into bite-sized bits. Shove them in there so that they will sort of slow cook. Do everything so it's just about cooked, then put it in there so it slow cooks. And one of the most beautiful meals again. Gorgeous for winter, so comforting. Lovely. But as a quick one, jacket potato, with cheese and beans is nice. It's a very pleasant meal. It is. Makes me laugh actually, the cafe at the gym I go to. The amount of money they charge. It is astronomical. Like for that, to have a jacket potato with cheese and beans will cost you £6 for that. That is insane. It's not exactly a gourmet meal. They don't exactly do it as a gourmet meal. It's just basic jacket potato with cheese and beans. Yeah. I don't think they make sure they salt and pepper the insides of the jacket potato to make it all lovely for you. I don't think they put cheese in there for you. Little bits of cut little lines, put some cheese in, then whack it in the microwave for you a bit, then put the beans on top. I don't think they do that. Even if they did, would it still be worth that much? The problem is they've got to pay the wages of the staff. Yeah, they've got to pay for the products, so by the time they do all that, it does cost a lot of money. It really does. When you think about how many staff members they have on to do that. I mean, I used to work in a cafe in where was it? Cheltenham or Gloucester it was, in Gloucestershire. Well, Cheltenham's very close anyway. It was a hospital cafe I worked in for a little while, and yeah, there was only either me or the owner there. Sometimes it was both of us, but usually it's just one of us, and we were able to do better because we weren't charging as much, because we didn't need to pay the overheads of loads of members of staff, so it was quite easy to do that. Yeah, well, I was in the area because I'd worked in a place called National Star Centre in Cheltenham, which was a place for disabled teenagers. That was a lovely place to work, really nice. I imagine the place is still there. What it does now, I do not know. No idea. I will have to find out. Just type it in Googly and find out what they do, I suppose. Oh, here's what it is. But I say, lovely place, that was nice. I've worked in a place in Brixton, first of all, with elderly people. Old age pensioners, and yeah, again, lovely place. Lovely place, but yeah, in Brixton, the degree of racism, and for a second, don't think for a second that it's just pinky skinned people against brown skinned people. It isn't, it's the other way around. It's just as much, if not more, the other way around. Yeah, I mean, I was in a room with two brown skinned ladies, and the hatred towards pinky skinned people that they had was incredible, really. Yeah, they had thick Jamaican accents, and it was very tempting to say, well, then go back to Jamaica. If you don't like the people over here, why are you here? Yeah, you don't have to be here, do you? You can go and live in Jamaica. Well, maybe you wouldn't be able to get a job so easily there. And if you didn't get a job, maybe you wouldn't have a social security system that would help you out. Yeah. It's all very well saying you hate the people, the pink-skinned people, but then, you know, what they have made for your benefit. And it is, because when that system was designed, it wasn't designed purely for people that are pinky skinned. See, I mean, most people aren't racist. They're just not. They're not racist. No, I mean, yeah, most people get annoyed by things that, you know, pinky skinned people do and brown skinned people do. It's generalised. They get annoyed by things. That's the reality. Wait, come on, this way. Come on, you. Shift your butts. Don't know what you're doing over there. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah. Obviously, look, if you are someone who is pinky skinned and you were brought up in the UK, that you weren't anywhere near sort of gangster sort of people, you wouldn't have a clue really about gangster rap or anything like that. You wouldn't be interested in it because you wouldn't know anything about it. You wouldn't be able to associate with it. Yeah, when you see people with attitude, you wouldn't be able to associate with that at all, because that'd be just strange to you. You see it and go, God, what on earth is that person doing? What are they up to? I've got no idea. That sort of attitude. But you're not expected to. It's not really aimed at you, is it, really? So that's the point. You know, I mean, I look at that sort of stuff and I say, okay. Yeah, I don't particularly like it, but then again, I don't need to. It's not made for me. Some of it's good, But most of it, no, I don't like it. No. It comes across as too aggressive. It comes across as too angry. And so, no, not for me. Not for me in any way, shape or form. Amber, come. Yeah. Oh, yesterday, again, made me think they're playing that song Back to Black again. So it's, yeah. Every time I hear that, it just makes me think of her, Amy Winehouse, and what a terrible story that was. And how, there wasn't anything that anyone could have done for her. Not really. Yeah, you can say that if the church was functioning as it should be, then she probably wouldn't have got to the position she was in. She may have got help through the church. Quite likely, yes. But she was... I wouldn't say she was a troubled person. She didn't seem like a troubled person. But she was a person who sort of had to be troubled in order to be able to produce not just the songs that she wrote, but also the way she sang. And that in itself is quite tragic. Because look at her two biggest songs really, Back to Black and Rehab. Back to Black is talking about her relationship with the person that she ended up marrying. Or nearly marrying. Did they? I think they got married. Yeah. But then he went to prison and they split up a number of times. But she never got over him. But that was the one where they first got together, when he was with someone else. And she would see him, but then he'd go back to his girlfriend and she would go back to her place, or the place where they spent time together, but now on her own. And that's got liquid in it, has it? Okay, throw it over there. Come get it, Woos. Come on, go get it, Bubs. So there was tragedy there. There was pain and heartache. And of course, Rehab was a song where people were basically telling her, go and get help. You're an addict. You're addicted to this stuff. Go and get some help, And she was like, no. I don't want help. I can deal with this. I like this. It's not going to harm me. But it did. It killed her. In the end, didn't it? So, yeah. Absolutely terrible situation, really, when it comes down to it. But this is very, very common. Certainly with artists often, associate their art with pain. The more pain they have, the better their art is. They can feel things better. Okay. As you do. Come on, have you go. Come get it. Go get it, Woos. And Mollie. Mollie, keep getting bottle. Well done, Mollie. She's gone again. Yeah, as I say, it's a tragic story. It really is, Chewie's around here somewhere. He keeps on running around here, doesn't he? Here he goes again. He runs round the back and then comes round here. Where's he going now? Here he goes, going back around again. Oh, he stopped here. Hello, Chew. Here she comes, here comes Mollie Collie. With the butt. Well done, Mollie Collie. There she goes. Here he goes. Here's Chewie. Back around. He's betting. He's going to bring it. Mollie got it. Mollie got it. Well done, Mollie Collie. Oh, it's leaking. Is it leaking? Would you spit it out, Nutter? It's leaking a lot, actually. Okay. It's coming out now. Okay. Okay. Making noises. That's a bit moist, that is. Right, that would be the last throw for them, I think. Well, for now. It's only the first time around, we'll go around again. Oh. There's Chewie going off. Mollie Collie! Mollie Collie! How you doing, Bubs? Oh, Lucy wanted it. Careful where you run, Lucy. Don't run into the post, you're going to hurt yourself if you do that. Oh, dear. Yeah, what did I say? Yeah. Artistry and pain seem to go together quite well, don't they? Van Gogh cut his ear off. I mean, that's a bit of an extreme as well, isn't it? Really? You know? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's suffering. Yeah, suffering and art often go together. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You certainly look at love music, that sort of stuff. Quite often, it's people that have been through breakups that relive that pain in a song. They end up making the best love songs. Yeah, that's what makes the best ones, isn't it? Really, when the emotion is in it, when they're singing it. You know. There's more songs coming out now. Just Glynn brought out a new song, a Christmas song, I think for Amazon. Okay. Nice song though, very nice song indeed. Then you've got who else? Billie Eilish brought out a new song as well. In the video she's running through a shopping mall, picking up bits of food and stuff like that. Okay. Then who else? Oh, another artist, British artist. Can't remember her name, but she's brought out another song as well. Good singer. Yeah. The name keeps coming in my head, Jessie J, but it wasn't Jessie J. No, it's not her who just brought out a new one. It's I can't remember what her name is. Anyway, yeah. If it comes back to me, I'll let you know. But anyway, she brought out a new song. No, it's not one of her best songs. So, well, from my opinion, my humble opinion, not one of her best songs. So, yeah, no worries there. But there you go. Get loose! Get loose! Gonna go in the water, innit, eh? Be careful, Bubba, don't lose your butt. Was that Mollie's butt? It was Mollie's butt. Oh, Mollie, Collie lost her butt, didn't you, Mollie, eh? Did Mollie lose her butt? Oh, Mollie, Collie. That was good, though, for Mollie to have a little run there, because quite often, yeah, she doesn't do that much in the way of running. She is the slowest of the pack. And so, yeah. She is indeed. So, yeah. It's all fun and games. Looking at a few cars today, X-Trails really. I think X-Trail is the way to go. I mean, the one I had, unfortunately, all these blinking so-called experts that were talking out their backside with the 2008 one that I had. Ugh. All saying it's probably the dry chain that's the problem. It wasn't the dry chain that's the problem. The problem is that, yeah, my friend Colin, he told me of the fuel to put in the car. He gave me the name of the petrol one. So I put it in, then realised, oh crap, diesel car. Didn't start the engine. Arranged for a tow company to come and, or breakdown company to come and take the car, drain the fuel out and put diesel in, right? The problem is, I only found out yesterday. When you do that, when you put fuel into a car, the fuel starts going through the pipes anyway. So because I put petrol in, the petrol started going through the system. Even without the engine being turned on, it still starts going through the system. Now, of course, had any of these people that I'd spoken to about it, the Sheriffmill garage up here, had they thought about that, situation with the engine could have been sorted out, because it might be a fairly simple fix of just cleaning out those parts, giving those parts a flush, might have sorted it. But of course, that car, it's a lovely car, had to be sold as spares or repairs, because all these supposed car geniuses, it went down. There was another person who was a friend of Collins, who was supposed to be an expert on diesels, and that person didn't have a clue what it was. Then again, he didn't know that petrol was put into the car. Had he known that, maybe he would have figured out the issue. So I think that was the issue. It wasn't the case of the chain and the fact the chain hadn't been replaced, because they are fairly indestructible, unlike a belt. The belt has to be replaced at around about 80,000 miles. The chain doesn't. Generally speaking, the chain will continue, and so long as if the car is treated well, the chain should last the whole life of the car, really. So everyone's saying it was a chain that was a problem. No, but the problem is it would have cost about £3,000 to find out whether the chain was the problem, and then to get that all put back together again would have cost a fortune. So it's like, no, it was basically spares or repairs because of that. But if I would have thought, okay, hold it, you don't need to start the car for the petrol to be a problem, then it would have been the case that when the car went to Sheriffmill, I would have said, can you make sure that everything is flushed? I would have looked into it. I would have done some homework, but of course, nobody at Sheriffmill told me that could be a problem. No one else I knew that knew more about cars than me told me that could be a problem. So it's like, right, okay. So, yes. So looking at a number of X-Trails today, and there's a few I'm going to be making inquiries about. There's one in Ireland, where that person says that they know someone who could get it to Scotland. But I said, well, okay, can you find out how much that's going to cost to do? Because, I mean, the price of cars at the moment, absolutely ridiculous. I got my 2008 X-Trail for just over £2,000. Now, that was basically the price at that point in time. That was the average price. They've all gone up a lot. I think about 75% more now. Because what would have been £2,000 last year is now 3,500 or 3,900 now. So it's, I'm annoyed at the idea of, very resistant at the idea of paying more for, basically the same cars I had then, paying nearly double for it now. That sort of annoys me, because it's like, excuse me, why is it nearly double now? Is it because of COVID that it's nearly double now? Because if that's the case, then that's just wrong, really. Quite annoying to say the least, really. Yes. Well, in the end, it is what it is, isn't it? So, there you go. Nothing much I can say about it, really. I'm just going to have to decide what I want to do, because generally speaking, I don't think I'm going to need a four-wheel drive, really. Because, judging by the weather, I don't think we're going to have a bad winter. I mean, we're sort of or at least approaching mid-November, and it's not cold. I've got, the tracksuit bottoms I've got on are summer ones. They're the ones where I've taken out the inner bit, because in tracksuit bottoms you often got the inner bit, which is like the netting. I took them out because in the summer it's too hot. So I've got them on, walking around 12 o'clock at night and not cold in any way, shape or form. Now that would suggest that we're not going to be having a cold winter necessarily. So we're not likely to have that much in the way of icy roads, are we? So do I need a 4-wheel drive? Not really. Not really, no. I don't need another car at all. I mean, if I do need another car, it might just be worth getting a small car, getting another car for just running around town, keeping one for use of dogs, and having the other one just for me to just ride around. But then again, why do that? I've got a car that does around about 40 miles per gallon, which is not too bad. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not too bad at all. You know, better than a lot. So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not too sure really what to do. Lucy, wait. Get, Lucy. Get. Bring it, Lucy. Lucy, come here. Come here, bring it here. Lucy, bring it here. Jeez, are you deaf and stupid or something? When I say bring it here, I mean bring it here. What is it? The heck is this? What is it, Bubs? I've no idea what it is. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I know, is it something you should be having in your mouth or not? What the heck is this? Something LP. It's something LP, but what is it? I've got no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. It's got that on it as well. The heck is this? Where is that from? I don't think it's not a face guard thing. You find loads of those here. Luce, come here. Isn't that Luce? Spin it out. Here goes. Mollie, get your bop bop. Here you go, Mollie. You take your bop bop, babes. Well, that way I could give Lucy back her whatever that was and give Mollie back her bop bop. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, there's nothing that I know of concrete to talk about really. Scotland won their match, I think, and they're through to the Euros. They won on penalties. They didn't win on during the game, just on penalties. So, okay. What you got, Mollie? Spin it out. Oh, you got a ball. Come here. Another tennis ball. Oh. Mollie found another tennis ball. You got Mollie Kylie. Well, you've got a tennis ball now. See, that's where they play tennis over there. So quite often you find tennis balls being knocked around. And of course, people with dogs with tennis balls as well. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Yay! We're playing there for a bit, I suppose, yeah. Hey! Way! Bring it to. Hey, boy. It is. It's you. Hey! Hey, Mollie Collie. She's going to go around that way. There's a gate open there. She could have just gone that way, but she'll go around the long way, which is cool. Oh, as long as she's happy. Hi, Luce. How you doing, bub? Hi, Mollie Collie. How you doing, bub? Should have Riley poke his head over. Hi, Woos. How you doing, bubs? Here comes Mollie Collie. Here comes the Mollie Collie. Hello, Mollie Collie. How you doing, bub? Wait a sec. Mollie's going to come and do a chat. He is doing a chat. He is. You ready? Ready? Amber, how you doing, bubs? Did you get over there? Well done, Amber. Where's Chewie? Where the... Chewie just went through the hedge. Okay. Chewie! There you go, Mr. Chew. Chewie! Come on, Chew. You coming, Chew? I've already got it. Where's Chewie? Where's Chewie? Where's Chewie? Yeah, but where? Ah, there's Chewie. Oh, I thought Chewie was there. Chewie! Come, Mr. Chew. Chewie! Chewie! Hey, Chewie. Hello, Chewie. How you doing, my boy? Hey! One from Mollie Collie. There you go, that'll do you. That'll do him, won't it, eh? Yeah, that'll do him. Yeah. Oh, it's Anne-Marie. That was the one who did the other song. Anne-Marie, I think her name is. Yeah. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, yeah. She's done songs with Clean Bandit and a few others. I think it's Anne-Marie. Yeah. Nice girl. Seems very lovely. Very genuine young lady. Good singer. Aye, she's done a few good songs. Aye. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, certainly I think at the moment, from the British scene of singers, I think Dua Lipa seems to be the one who's had the biggest success recently. She's been quite massive in having hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. Good voice as well, done some good songs as well. Hallucinate is a very good song. And the other one she's done, whatever they were. Oh, but she's a good singer, right? She is a good singer, Dua Lipa, yeah. Yeah. Big fan of hers. And again, she seems to have fun with what she does, and that's good. But she's quite successful, so good for her. And she doesn't seem to be lewd in her videos. That's a perfect word, lewd, because I've often said women who use sex in their videos, but lewd perfectly explains it. It's an old-fashioned word, words that we don't use that often anymore, but it's a perfect word to describe some of these people. So yeah, there's a lot that do use incredibly lewd stuff, really. Hello, Mollie. Bring with you, Bubba. Aye. Oh, yeah. Well, and to think of it, from my youth, the amount of quality singers that have gone is just incredible. When you think about Whitney Houston, what a voice she had. Absolutely phenomenal voice. And seemed quite angelic in who she was. Certainly when she first came out with I Don't Want to Dance With Nobody. I think, no, was that her? Anyway, the first one she came out. She seemed quite pure, quite angelic, quite innocent, and yet she ended up being a smack addict with her husband and died in the bath. Basically drowned in the bath through drugs and stuff, you know. And her daughter died of the same thing, in the same way. Horrendous, really. I mean, Bobby Brown, I think, was the one she was married to. How awful for him, losing his ex-wife or wife. I'm not sure if they were divorced. Then the daughter as well. Oh my God, terrible situation. Yeah, just awful. I mean, he was a bit of a violent person to Whitney Houston. But again, who was to blame for that? I don't know. We weren't there. Unless you're there, you can't really comment on it. I don't know. I don't know if he was like that or whether it was just reported that he was. Don't know. Also, it's reported that he was the one who got into drugs. But again, don't know. Wasn't there. Can't really judge the man on that because I wasn't there. I don't know whether that's true. I certainly know it's true that he lost her and their daughter. And so, whatever he did that led to that, I think he's gone through a lot as a result of that, really. Windy again. Oh, you can hear that quite clearly. Oh, it's a windy night, isn't it? Mollie ball. Bring here. Enough. Mollie, when you go behind me and leave it, you donut, I don't even know you left it, do I? Donut, isn't she, really? Oh, yeah! How you doing, Luce? You doing okay, boss? Hello, Mollie Collie! Good to boo! And Mollie good to boo! Hey, clever girl! And you clever girl, Mollie Collie! Eh? Love ya! Wait for Mollie to pop up. Where is she? Where's Riley? We're going down there somewhere. Hello, Chew! How you doing, my boy? Mollie could have it based around Riley was nowhere near where I threw the ball, so. Did you get it again? Riley! You got it again? Mollie Collie! Get Mollie! Oh, Mollie, you're lazy. Mollie Collie! Come on, let's go this way then. Let's go this way then. Yeah, let's go this way then. Oh dear. No, as I say, great singers. We've had some good ones, haven't we? You know, George Michael, fantastic. Freddie Mercury, fantastic. Yeah. You think from those days though, who is still left that had that sort of quality? None. They've all, you know, Michael Jackson, he gone. Another one that was the king of pop. The queen of pop would have been Whitney Houston. Yeah, Freddie Mercury would have been the king of something, I don't know what. Certainly glam rock. He'd have been the king of that, wouldn't he, really? And George Michael. He was certainly the king of something, wasn't he, at that time? Certainly, when listening Without Prejudice, as an album came out, I mean, that was the most celebrated album, possibly, certainly of the decade. Come on, Connie. So, yeah. 4 absolutely phenomenal artists who have gone. Yeah, and we don't have anyone, old or young, really, who has taken over from them, really. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, there are some good artists. Yeah. No, I think Bieber is a good good artist. I think he's a good singer, Justin Bieber. I think he's been given some very good songs. I think, Charlie Puth is a good artist. Come Bubs. Hello Mollie. Yeah, and the British chap, Ginger. You know who I'm talking about. He, very good. But is he a George Michael? Is he a Michael Jackson? Are any of them? No. Are any of these female singers going to be the next Whitney Houston or anything like that? No, of course not, no. Mollie, where's your ball? Where's your ball, Mollie? Here it is, I see it. Leave it there. I'll stick it in the car. It'll be another ball, won't it, eh? Another ball in the car. There you go. Another ball in the car. Right, there you go. That's the end of the walkie, so... Come here, Chewie, here. Chewie, here. Right, Lucy, come here, Lucy. Right, there you go. I'll speak to you soon. God bless.